Alright, Blind Romhack Race Generic Desert Temple by Gemstones. You know, normally, I would put something useful here, but you've got a level to beat. Go get him, Tiger. Quartz. Gotta go? Alright, see you later, Dan Mario. Definitely had fun playing y'all's hack, even if I had to play certain parts of it multiple times. Look with the judging. I appreciate that. I've got a long way to go. I definitely didn't read that right. It's been a while since I've Kaizo'd. There we go. Oh, there goes Pokey. But yeah, I'll probably pick up another one of those tomorrow. I just need to pick one. Let people know which one, in case they care. Maybe I'll do Daizo's or Pokey. Or start on one of the more ambitious ones, since I can start a bit earlier tomorrow. I've usually been playing like random video games with Snyder on Thursdays, but that is not what we're doing tomorrow because we're changing up the times on that. Oh, so close. Yeah, I meant to start a bit earlier today, but I got distracted by doing dishes. I had a lot of dishes to do. I made breakfast, and I'd been eating some Indian food, and so I just had a bunch of, like, stuff stacked. Pokey is so correct for this level. Oip. Sometimes you just need to push it the right way. Remember way back when I was a neophyte and was so proud when I could get a shell jump. Like, under ideal circumstances. I didn't realize I could just make that jump. Huh. Let alone, you know, under time pressure or falling off a thing. Oh, I walked into that. It was a different era. Full jump makes it, spin jump does not. I guess the other thing we talked a little bit about Blue Ribbon earlier. How you doing, Fry? Or Fire. I read that fast. Ah. Oh. It is Fire. There we go. Been watching a little bit of Arrested Development. And some of it still works pretty well. Other parts, not so much. Yeah, I rolled some random levels and your name came up, but I ended up picking this one. Don't know if you've seen it, but I wrote a random level picker. You can set your difficulty bounds, and then it rolls levels for you. And it will keep track of levels if you let it, by clicking beat it /pass. Like, for instance, Louis' level from Saturday. Definitely would pass. But also, I wouldn't set up the parameters to end up having to deal with that. And of course, it automatically updates on a weekly basis, because I don't want to have to maintain it by hand. I posted it up a few feet in chat, but I could post it again if need be. Put up for C3. Didn't really attract much attention, but that's how C3 goes sometimes. Have to know. Yep, okay, it was a visible Kaizo block. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I don't think I want the mace at that position when I do this. I want, like, maximal mace time. Not sure what to do yet. Yeah, I showed it to Dr. No and got the blessing, so it's all good. It's kind of amazing how far it's come, too. There are also a few, like, early Romhack Races levels that probably need the fixed add music treatment. There was one, I forget by who. I want to say like Chris G. I'm falling too far before throwing. Where the add music on hardware, it sounds like farts. Which is just kind of unfortunate. But it's also the kind of thing that's not that hard to fix once you know the fix, if that makes sense. I mean, I haven't done it, but I know people have done it. Used to be a decent chunk of moderation. Would be remoderating hacks to people who had done add music fixes to. Okay, what am I doing here? I need to become big. Not that way. Then I'll need to spin jump. I need to come into that really fast. I can go earlier than I think, because I can just go over the top here. Actually, no, I think that makes it worse. Because then I'm trying to avoid the mace on the way down. Okay, I did a little hack jam playing, quack jam playing. I need to do a lot more quack jam playing. I have done one. I think probably one of the shorter ones. That's... I didn't want to start on another one quite yet. I'll start on another one tomorrow. Maybe one of the puzzly ones, or maybe the rhythm game. I haven't decided yet. It's interesting, because unlike an awful lot of other contests, I'm given, like, useful information about what these things are. Usually it's just like, here's BPSs, have fun. But Ampersand went and added a bunch of useful context, and I used that to, like, grep out authors and things. Wish I'd looked at authors.txt, because it was in a much more usable form than the authors, or simpler form than the authors in the other location I looked. Nope. But it's always just kind of nice to have that data. Which reminds me, I probably should add a useful metadata for Romhack Races thing. This is currently using, like, the generic BPS handler. And I could put some useful information on the screen, even though it does not. I guess the easy way to do that would just be to put a meta JSON in the same directory as the levels on my site, and then have a way of downloading them directly from my site. There's a way to get patched stuff if you're already hooked into that system. Like, it looks... Oh, no. It looks like it's doing something illicit, but it's not. It's all JavaScript front-end, so when it says upload a ROM, it actually means upload a ROM to your own web browser. I didn't grab it. Oh, no. Knowing what you're getting into with Quackjam's pretty useful. Some heavy entries. Yeah, I saw a couple that worry me. Especially because I think one of the judges made a comment about one of them that worried me. But yeah, it's definitely useful. Like, Hack Jam, I think one of the key things about the first Hack Jam was the big key constraint was that it should only be about a 2-hour experience. I need to hang in the air longer. And aside from Mario for Lost players and Sickos if you weren't very good, which I wasn't, it pretty much all fit into about 2 hours. I guess also there was that one that was broken. That one would have been 2 hours, I think, if the Midway system hadn't been broken for it. Which was a shame, because it didn't really seem like a cool hack. Okay. I'm not sure about that mushroom. I'm really not sure about that mushroom. But yeah, with questionable added, you never quite know what you're going to get. Questionable stuff can just take forever, or it can be really quick. It just depends. Like, QLDC has massive amounts of variance, all the way from, like... It's not to pick on Hawaluta, but Hawaluta's, I think, original QLDC level was probably the longest one. How in the world? I need to, like, spend more time in the air. I could come back. I'm unconvinced I can come back. Yeah, the first section, I understood everything pretty well. This one, I'm having some trouble. Alright, what I'm going to do is get some knowledge. It's like, yeah, I definitely need to burn more time there. And then, yeah, you have to come through here and get hit. Alright, cool. One of the notes I definitely appreciate having from Ampersand is the one that lets you know that there will be lots of text to read. Because there's one that apparently has a lot of text for reading. And knowing what you're in for with those helps a lot, because, like, if you get into one of those and you aren't ready to read a lot, you're gonna be in a dilly of a pickle. No! Or the puzzly ones. The puzzly ones will also be kind of tricky, but I do like puzzles. When I'm told you will need pen and paper, I am very... makes me happy about it. The timing on that is weird. The height of the ceiling makes me think that... I don't know what to do there yet. Because if I immediately go for it, then I'm eating too much time. Swinging back is really hard. This is all vanilla mechanics as far as I know. Bonk off that. Maybe it's just tight. Maybe that's just what it is. You need to do it very specifically. Anyone has guesses, feel free to make them, because I'm not sure yet. Right, so I'm getting better at that specific shell jump. It's been a while since I've done one of those. I forgot the trick is you need to let go of Y without really letting go of B. Learned that one from... Who did I learn that one from? It wasn't Sweet Dude. I learned that one from West Slasher. I was trying to beat backwards Mario World, and he literally just came and said, this is what you do. You clearly don't know how to do this part. Which for Kaizo can definitely be, you know, a nice mixed bag. Sometimes you just need to know a bit of tech you just weren't aware of. Like, if you're doing something wrong without knowing how certain things work, you're just not going to... You may not be able to experiment to find the thing, or even expect to find the thing. One of those examples I see a lot... I used to see a lot of people playing Quickie World 2, and they'd get to a certain part of the neon-looking stage. Not the Switch Palace, the first one. And they'd be stuck up right before the midway, and, like, it's basically, just, you know, you just hold jump. That's all you need to know. But until you know that, you're just kind of stuck. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so what am I missing here? Yeah, I feel like I need 2 more blocks of height. Compared to what I'm getting. Right side, if worse comes to worse, I can actually watch the Claire video, so... I'm clearly missing the important thing I'm supposed to learn there. So, like, the 2 thoughts I have, really, and I don't like them, are, 1, you go back. So you can burn a little bit of time, but it's not a lot of time, it's just a little bit of time. Or you need to fall faster, or not fall as fast, which I'm already holding jump, so I'm getting my full regrab height. But I'm not sure what to do with that yet. Ow. It's always impressive about, like, the really short ones like this, is you look at, like, Louis' time and it's like 2 minutes. It goes down to, like, an hour long for some other people. Not necessarily Louis, but, like, people of that caliber, just, you know, first place finishers. Ain't nothing they ain't ever seen here before. What am I doing? no matter how many times I get to that spot, it doesn't matter if I get there again unless I have a better plan than I had a moment ago, which I still don't. I actually think maybe I'm doing it wrong with regards to letting go of B. I'm actually getting more height than I needed. Okay, now back to this. I don't think you can make that if I did let... Oh my! Well, I know for a fact that First Name Bud actually knows the answer to this. Hi, First Name Bud. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. How you doing, Aerobo? We do this. Just playing some Romhack Races levels. Doing great. Hope you're doing wonderful. Yeah. What's up, Mudkip? I'm doing pretty good. I beat one of the Quack Gem entries, so it took some doing, partly because of my own failings, but... And now I'm just... Oh, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your fish. That's a big number. And now I'm just doing a quick Kaizo or Romhack Races level. I guess I should explain what just happened there. I'm playing on a Super Nintendo with SD to SNES powers, and because it can do USB stuff, I can change the character. Like this originally didn't have Pokey, and of course put messages in the game like the raid message and the follow message. Right now I'm having trouble with that jump. Let's go Kaizo indeed. I also noticed that you actually played this level First Name, but if you don't remember. I was looking at the list of finishers before picking a level. I wrote a small Romhack Races random level picker for C3. Something like that, maybe? And it doesn't have all the data I would like. I want to pull out the timing stuff, because that's very relevant. Like, it's not just enough for it to be rated a 4. It's enough... I do want to know if it took, people 2 hours to beat it. So, I don't play too much Kaizo. I'm a moderator on SMW Central and do actually play a lot of the contest levels. Usually judge about 2 of those a year at this present rate. But yeah, actually, let me put it in chat if you want to see it. Made it for C3, didn't get a lot of attention, but these things happen. It also can keep track. It also keeps track of which ones you've beaten if you press the beat it button. And it has an online patcher and all sorts of useful little bits. The patcher integrates with all the other things on my site that use the same patcher system. In case you haven't guessed, there's usually a lot of tech going on in these streams. I usually try to do weird integration things where possible. Sometimes not possible, but when I can, Love the integrating. Yeah, it differentiates. Yeah, I need to do some stress testing for Final Fantasy 1. I've been lazy on that. It would only take 10 minutes. But I need to finish up the other side of the ASM code now too, though. Anyway, I'm still stuck on this mushroom jump. Mario Maker Death Maker. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, that was a really early integration. It works with most SMW hacks. Doesn't look great with instant retry. Looks way better with... I'm just doing this badly now. The standard death thing. Because most of the time doing standard, you don't really have instant retry. Or even retry. You just have standard, you died, have fun, listening to the jingle as Mario rolls off the screen. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Because I feel like I just need a second more time. And the fact that it's a Koopa there instead of a Goomba or something else, maybe could that be relevant? It's like I hit that, I bonk. I can't not bonk. I have to bonk that unless I could make the jump. No, I don't think I can hit the box on the way down. One hit? Oh, absolutely. I don't feel the need to puzzle this entire thing out for me. This is supposed to be like a cooldown kind of thing. The shell. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's one of those! I forgot that was... Yeah, okay, I see. Wow, that's easier. Yeah, I don't Kaizo very often. Yeah, boopy bump. That's exactly what it was. To be honest, up until last week, I hadn't played Mario in 2 months either, because I was on the East Coast and doing other things, and didn't have access to my setup. Oops. finish a lot of cool puzzle games, and did play a lot of Metroidvania games I'd never played before, like one of the Shantae games. That was kind of cool. Just things that worked, because I was playing off of MacBooks. Turns out when you want to stream games, the newer MacBooks aren't great for that. A lot of games that say they work on a Mac don't, and Wine is a complete and utter crapshoot. Some of the failures were really cool, though. My personal favorite one was the zero height window. A lot of controller freakouts, but I think the most recent version of Wine fixes some of that. Right. Now... yeah, that's basically free. Go, alright. And that is not. Playing Recursed recently? Yeah, I did! I beat everything in the base game and the DLC. I didn't beat the Ice Palace. Because, dear God. But Recursed was a great time. I would highly recommend it if you like puzzle games that are sometimes mind-bending. There was an awful lot of, okay, now I smuggle the shell out from this frame, and then I have to recreate this frame, and just, oh, complete and glorious mess. Alright, well, I messed that up, but we can still practice. Yeah, very much a recommend, high recommend to anybody who likes puzzle platformers and loves mind-bending things. So, like, the basic premise of Recursed is you hop in and out of boxes, and whenever you hop into a box, it creates an entire world. And then you have to figure out how to get to a specific location, a gem, in any given level. And it's really tricky. Sec, because I'm in a new area. That was not the strat. Didn't hear about it until last year for 1016. Yeah, me too. I want to say I only heard about it after I beat Patrick's Parabox, which definitely took inspiration from it. In all of the good ways. If you like, again, mind-bending puzzles, but prefer them in Sokoban style, where you're pushing blocks around, that one is an absolute masterpiece. I had a blast playing that earlier last year. Yeah, Recursed was great. What else did I play? I did a couple others. Taiji. Taiji is basically The Witness, except 2D, and it's fantastic. I would highly recommend picking it up and playing it if you have any love for that kind of genre. That one was awesome. Parablocks? Yeah, definitely play Parabox. You will not regret it. And Taiji, like I said, awesome. The nice thing about Taiji, at least for me, was it did lag a little bit, but you know what nobody cares about on stream? When your puzzle game, which has to do with filling in boxes, lags. So... I also played... there was an Japanese indie game I picked up to play, because I hadn't played... because I played a different game by a similar... I guess the developer paired up with another developer. It was called Recall It. It's an interesting game where you're an astronaut who can only interact with things that are in the light. So you have to go and move things around and figure out how that works. It was cute for the amount of time I got to play it. Had fun with that. Ending is a little bit of a downer, but... is what is. But the reason I played that is because that same dude, made by the name of Maro Dice, made a game I really enjoyed, again, a little earlier, like last year. No, it's just, it might have been almost 2 years now, called Inversity, which is all about, it's a puzzle platformer about handstands and inverting the world, which was really cute. Also introduced me to some weirdness about, like, how Japanese game devs want their games played on stream. Because that game had a streaming mode, which skipped over 3 of the total cutscenes. That's all it did, is it skipped the 3 final cutscenes. You didn't watch them on stream. Which didn't really explain much, honestly. I'm regressing. I need to focus a little harder. I think the problem is I'm coming in slow there. By hitting the wall. Coming in slow by hitting the walls, then I'm not doing that, and then that. But yeah, I also need to go, like, find more games that work with my Mac setup. What's sad is, like, there was a few games I was thinking, man, this would be really cool to play, because I've never finished Celeste. I kind of got a little bit into it, and then got busy with other things, and Celeste would be, I think, a fun game to go and try again. But it doesn't work. Something about... or the controller didn't work. Like, the game boots, you can play with a keyboard, but I don't want to play with a keyboard, because when you're playing with laptop keyboards, you can hear the keyboard. So that sucks. Too high again. But it was cool. But yeah, I read online like there are ways to fix this by getting a different signed version of SDL, and I tried messing with that and putting it into different modes, and you're just not gonna work. And then in Wine, there was a problem with the version of .NET that it was shipping with, which is even weirder when you really think about it. I'm pretty sure with most Steam games, they just bring their own libraries with them because there's not a whole lot of demand and not... It's not the early 90s. You don't really care about installing, I don't know, the DirectX redistributable like 15 times on your computer as long as it stays in its singular directory. With Steam, what I believe can happen. What are you doing? I am regressing. But yeah, that was my trip to the East Coast. Would have liked to have played a few other things. One of my friends has been recommending me Outer Wilds for forever, and I understand it's a very good game, but I was having issues with the rendering hitching frequently, playing under Wine, and it doesn't work under macOS. So... keeps coming and it don't stop coming sort of things. It's really unfortunate because there was that short period of time where like Mac gaming looked like it was going to become a thing, and it was, and people were all getting their earbuds and playing TF2, and with M1, like, no, everybody has to recompile everything and resign everything and do all of this gnarly nonsense. And so I just get the feeling an awful lot of people are going to skip doing Mac releases of things, even if it is like using a compatible engine like, say, Unity or Godot. Just because they don't want to deal with the mess. Okay. Oh, do I bump that? We already bumped one shell. It's very possible we need to bump another. But, yeah. Lots of cool games out there. Not enough time to play them all. Not enough gumption to play them when I'm at home and have Mario hacks I need to play. And my game request list, which is also very long. But there's some things on there I'm really looking forward to. I've never played Final Fantasy 1 in its entirety. I've gotten through 2 and 3 now. The NES 2 and 3 now. Thanks to Desi requesting those. And 2 and 3 was really good except for that one dungeon. 2 was very uneven. And what Desi revealed to me at the end regarding how the stats work was pretty silly. Turns out that while you may think you have some amount of latitude in choosing how your stats go for your characters, you don't. Due to various bugs in the game, you don't. Person in the first slot's going to be kind of a paladin type. He'll be able to sword and board and be fairly tanky. Second one's going to become a spellcaster, whether you like it or not. And the third one is just going to be Beefy McBeeferson, because of all of the HP that the third party member is going to get by getting hit in the face repeatedly. Because the key mechanic of Final Fantasy II is whatever stat you use, you get more of. Ah, nuts. So you take damage, you get more HP. You use more MP, you get more MP, etc. Which is very grindy. I don't think that's it either. Really wish I could take a moment and think about that spot, but I can't. It's a falling platform zone. But building consistency right here, even before figuring out what to do there. I don't need to worry about holding the button. I've been kind of reticent to do a full height jump there. There's no reason to be. Okay. So what do we do now? Where do we go now? Another thing on that list is Baldur's Gate 2, which I got set up a while ago, just haven't started on. Got the squiggle box over there. That was too long. Just holding up the Super Nintendo, which is a Windows 98 machine. That's mostly period-appropriate hardware. It would have been a really nice Windows 98 machine, but, you know, it's got a Sound Blaster 16 in it, and a video card that doesn't have enough things. Tried to run a scene demo on it once, and it was like, no, your shit's too old and busted. Okay. Wonder if I just kick it earlier, if I can... Not good at boop boop, and when I should be thinking of booping. Outside of booping cats, you gotta boop a cat. Just how cats work. That is not a boop at all. That is definitely a throw, as we've just learned. Got this? Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's a shell you can jump on twice. I have yet to see one of those. Usually they're green. I'd say that you have at least an indication that it's hittable twice while it's moving. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Very early in the morning. Where you are, I suspect. Or very late, one or the other. That's not it. Did my back throw work? Like, did I manage to do something with the back throw? 2 a.m. Oh yeah, you're in the same time zone as me, I forget. There we go. But, some good news, I finally started Quack Jam judging. Went through the Luigi one today. Didn't quite think I had enough time to start another one, so I picked this. Boop. Boop. Well, that was better. Team was wondering when you get to Quack Jam. So are you? Yeah. Today I got started. Basically, I needed to get back and get a couple things squared and fix a few things that are now fixed. And so I got started this week, and it's all good. So yes, it'll be the main focus for now, unless, like, I'm sick of Mario for some reason. At least for a bit. And like I said, right now it's only doing Romhack races because I wanted some. Wasn't quite ready to be done streaming. You know how that goes sometimes. But I also didn't want to start any new projects. I played through, let's see, what did I do last time? A few times. I did some moderation. I almost moderated 3 hacks. I've moderated 2 hacks. I need to, one of them is getting rejected tomorrow due to a crash, which is unfortunate. Because otherwise it was a cool hack. Doing better than BK? Really? Yeah, I looked at the judging sheets mostly to get a notion of what the formatted data was supposed to look like, because we're given forms, which I don't like using for this. I don't like writing in web forms. I don't like writing in anything beyond, frankly speaking, Notepad and Notepad derivatives. Hasn't started? Oh, well, I feel good about myself now. Yeah, I know I feel like I'm late to the party, but also, like, it's not that late. Getting started a month late is not ideal, I will admit, but, you know. It's a short month, though. Short month. I'm getting there. Started playing Hyper instead of judging. Oh my. Hyper as in all of them? Or Hyper 6? Or just Hyper in general? Now it's fair. Sometimes you just get distracted, you get nerd sniped with things in life. Do understand some of them are going to be bearish in size. I whiffed it. So, Hyper 3. Go figure. Maybe you lost a bet. At least that was what usually caused people to have to play Hyper for a while. Or, you know, just the desire to see how that whole thing worked. I know Glitch Cat, I think, did it of his own volition. At least I'm getting that part down. Oh, what's up, Desi? Yes, bearish in size. It's a standard unit of measurement. How many bears does it take? How you doing, Desi? Currently just doing the bops. I have not Kaizo'd in a long time. I know what's up. Oh boy, do I. Is it something I'd find in Penne World? No, well, recoverable. That is such a relatively kind obstacle in retrospect. Lost a bet, and the person you bet it with was like, no, wait, I'm working on a better version, so that's not... You know, you gotta love it when that works out. Of course it is, Desi. This all makes sense. Oh, thank you for following. No! Perfect timing, though. Well, here. Let's just reappend the fish. I'll be ready for this. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your fish. Turns out that when people can spawn message boxes at any point in time, you gotta be ready for it. Glad that, working on your first Uber ASM patch? Oh, cool! How's that going? I'm always supportive of people making more ASM. And learning the dark arts. Work on taxes while waiting for dishes to dry. Made tabbouleh and some middle of making bruschetta. Oh, nice! Hell, that's unfortunate. The first one will be publicly released, gotcha. Tabbouleh. Oh, man. Okay. 1, 2, perfect. I really think abusing the iframes there is the major play, unless I want to read something. They're behind. Okay, I definitely need to let that trace a little bit further. What's up, Groovy Gadget? How you doing? I am making my way through this Kaizo level. Mostly. I was just thinking I probably need to do taxes. It's been long enough. I don't think they're complicated this year. Unlike some prior years. But it can always be worse. Good, just woke up. I'll read the above message really quick in a moment. Gave up on solving the issue, so you looked up how to code a thing, and so now your code contains originally stuff invented by Mark Alarm? Well, if you're gonna choose someone to crib from, that is a good choice. Mark Alarm has written some cool stuff, if I recall. I think it was him, though it might have been prior to Name Change, that did Celeste.smc, which was a really cool hack. Still is, but used to be too. Ow. Boop, boop. Can't steal code if you know what it does. If you know what it does. Can't steal code if you know what it does. I feel there might be a don't in there. But there's always the classic, Good artists copy, great artists steal or something. I'm reverting. I'm moving backwards in time. Are you doing interesting coding recently? Not really. Mostly just worked on tables. Actually is if you know what it does. Interesting. I mean, yeah. Code is indeed code, I'll grant you that. How you solve something, though, can be very different. Massively different approaches. Right, as much as I want to keep grinding this, I need to get up and use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. I mean, stuff like pull... Oh, yeah. Very much boilerplate stuff. More than one way to do things, but you all the solutions to your own problems. Like, you know what? Shouldn't reinvent the wheel? Yes. Java taught you that you can't steal code. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is true. There's an awful lot of, like, especially with assembly, boilerplate where you do the same things over and over and over. Because you just have to. You can't avoid it. You know, you're starting a function preamble. Well, of course you need to move around the bank stuff, and of course you need to save your registers, and of course you need to do this and that and that. There are arguably different ways of doing it and putting them in different orders, but no one's going to be complaining about you stealing that code. It's the least interesting kind of code to steal. Learn something kind of cool about Itanium functions. Itanium is a specific processor architecture that basically nobody uses anymore. The Windows used to support it because it had really good benchmarks for Microsoft SQL. But you didn't... Functions in that actually have a data-based preamble. Okay, I'm here now. No troll? There we go. Yes, a database preamble. So if you just jump directly to the function, it doesn't work correctly because you actually need to jump about 16 bytes backwards. So it pulls the database preamble to know how many registers it should allocate. That's how that story goes. Look at the button buffer, which you've done by difference, and saves the button press of 2 frames. Well, there we go. That is perfectly fine. Reasonable code to steal. Absolutely. Let's see what the credits say. Graphics, Gamma V and Luigi San. Music, Mario Sonic for Life. Iron, Hooded Edge, and Space. And of course, the original Super Mario World music, because we're in Yoshi's house. Pokey on a Brick. Hooded Ledge. That'd actually be a pretty decent Halloween name, Hooded Ledge. I think that would work out pretty dang well.